Hola clase. Today we're going to learn a new verb tense or a verb formation called ir plus a plus infinitivo. You have notes in front of you, so if you would please follow along and fill in the blanks as I go through these notes. In parentheses under ir plus a plus infinitivo, it should be the simple future tense. Let me talk to you before we get started on the notes about exactly what this is. Right now we know how to communicate in the present tense only. We can communicate what is happening and what we are currently doing using the present progressive. But with ir plus a plus infinitivo, we're able to communicate what is going to happen. We know that it communicates that because we know that ir means to go. So it's how to say that someone or something is going to do something. For example, in English, just so you're clear with what this means. I am going to go shopping, or I am going to run a mile, or I am going to study. So that's what we're going to learn how to do today. So in parentheses under ir plus a plus infinitivo, make sure you have written simple future tense. So the definition of the simple future tense, in Spanish, the formula ir plus a, just the letter A, plus infinitive is used to express that someone or something is going to do something. Again, the formula ir plus a plus infinitive is used to express that someone or something is going to do something, which would be in the future. The formation, we use the formula ir plus a plus infinitive. So there are three parts to this formula. You have to have ir, then you have to have a, and then we just add an infinitive. So let's go through that. Step 1. You're going to select the correct form of ir based on the subject of the sentence, just like regular verb conjugation. We've been practicing ir in class, but let's go over those 6 forms really quickly so you can fill them in on your chart. The yo form is voy, tú vas, ella, usted va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, ellos, ellas, ustedes van. So we have voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. No accents in the present tense of ir. So the first step to creating the simple future tense is to conjugate ir to agree with our subject. So if we were trying to say in Spanish, she is going to run, our first step with what we have now would be ella va. She is going. Ella va. The second step to finish the formula, we're looking at your notes now, make sure you fill this in. To finish the formula, we add a, just the letter A, and the infinitive that expresses what is going to be done. Quickly, let's review what an infinitive is. An infinitive is the original form of a verb before it's conjugated. So that would be, it ended in AR, ER, or IR. So if we're talking about running, it would end in ER because the verb is correr. So an infinitive must end in an R. It cannot be conjugated. So again, step 2, finish the formula with a and the infinitive that expresses what is going to be done. So to finish our example that we started earlier, we had ella va for she is going. You have to have the letter A following that. So ella va a, and then our infinitive to run, correr. Ella va a correr. She is going to run. Let's go through the examples on your notes together. We have in Spanish on the first example, vas a gritar y correr de la clase. Vas a gritar y correr de la clase. Let's go through and underline the form of ear, a, and the infinitive or infinitives in this case. So the first thing we're going to underline is vas, because that's the to form of ear. So if you'll underline vas, that's the first part of the formula. We have our ear. We have to have a, it's the second part of the formula. So underline a. And then we have two infinitives, gritar and correr. So we should have underlined vas a gritar, correr. So let's translate that to English. Vas is the to form of ear, so we know that means you are going. The a does not directly translate, but we know that a means at or to. So in this case it means to, but an infinitive also means to yell or to run. So it's kind of doubled up. So it doesn't directly translate, but we're going to say that it's you are going to, and then gritar means yell or scream. So we have you are going to yell and run from the class. So the first example, vas a gritar y correr de la clase. You are going to scream or yell and run from the class. Let's do this second one together. Again, I want you to underline the form of ear, a, and the infinitive. You should have underlined van a hablar. So this sentence in English should be, my parents are going to talk to my uncle. My parents are going to talk to my uncle. Third example, ustedes van a agarrar el gato. Form of ear, a, and infinitive. You should have underlined van, a, and agarrar. So those are our three parts of our formula. Ustedes means you all, so it should be you all are going to grab el gato, the cat. You all are going to grab the cat. That finishes out our notes. There's practice on the back. Before you do that, let me recap with you. If you want to communicate what you are going to do in the future or what someone else is going to do in the future, you call it the simple future tense. It has three parts. Ear, which is to go, a, which it just has to be there, and the infinitive. So you never have to worry about conjugating the third part of the formula. Ear plus a plus infinitive. Conjugate ear to agree with the subject, add a, and then the AR, ER, or IR form of the verb. Go ahead and turn over and get started on your practica on the back. If you need any extra help with this, you're going to be practicing it throughout the week. But if you need more help, of course, let me know or ask Miss McBrayer, and she can communicate that to me. I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Hasta luego.